alone in deep space until a human warship came to rescue us. The transport vessel Gentle Current drifted helplessly through the void, its engines dark and silent. Captain Vex pressed his scaled palm against the viewport, watching distant stars. That offered no comfort. Behind him, the bridge crew worked frantically at their stations, their blue-tinged faces illuminated by the dying glow of emergency lights. "Hull breach in Section 7 has been sealed," reported Navigator Cole, his voice tight with strain. "But we're still losing atmosphere at a rate of 2% per hour." Vex's throat sac fluttered with anxiety. The asteroid strike had crippled their ship beyond repair, leaving them stranded in this empty region between star systems. Their distress beacon had been broadcasting for 3 days, but no response had come. The nearest Kalari outpost was weeks away, and their life support would fail long before any rescue arrived. "Sir," Communications Officer Wren spoke up from her station. "I'm detecting a vessel approaching from the outer system. It's not Kalari." Vex turned sharply. "What species?" Wren's fingers danced across her console, her expression growing. More bewildered. "The signature is unfamiliar." "The ship is massive, sir. At least 10 times our size, and it's moving fast. Very fast." A chill ran down Vex's spine. In this sector of space, unknown vessels usually meant pirates or worse. His people were merchants and explorers, not warriors. The Gentle Current carried no weapons beyond basic defensive systems. "Are they responding to our distress signal?" Vex asked. "Yes, sir. They're transmitting on standard frequencies, but the language is... I've never heard anything like it. It's harsh, with many hard consonants." Vex made a decision that would save all their lives. "Put it through." The bridge filled with an alien voice, speaking in rapid, clipped tones. The universal translator struggled with the unfamiliar language patterns, producing choppy, fragmented phrases. "This is Warship Iron Wolf. Received your distress. Are you in need of assistance?" Vex stepped forward, his voice steady despite his fear. "This is Captain Vex of the Kalari vessel Gentle Current. We have suffered critical damage and are in immediate need of rescue. We have 47 souls aboard." A pause followed, then the alien voice returned, clearer now as the translator adapted. "Captain Vex, this is Commander Jack of the Terran Federation Navy. We are moving to intercept. Prepare for emergency docking procedures." "Terran?" Vex whispered to himself. He had never heard of such a species. Within the hour, the alien warship dominated their view. It was a brutal-looking vessel, all angles and armor plating, bristling with weapon systems that could have reduced the Gentle Current to debris in seconds. Yet it moved with surprising grace as it maneuvered alongside their crippled ship. "Captain," Wren called out, "they're extending a docking tube. Their atmospheric readings match ours closely enough for transfer." Vex nodded, though his hands trembled slightly. Whatever these Terrans were, they were their only hope. The airlock cycled open, and Vex got his first look at a human being. Commander Jack was tall and lean, with pale skin and brown hair cropped short. His eyes were a startling blue color, and when he smiled, it revealed white teeth that seemed surprisingly predatory to Vex's herbivorous sensibilities. "Captain Vex," the human said, extending a hand in what Vex recognized as a greeting gesture. "I'm Commander Jack Morrison. We're here to help." Vex tentatively reached out and found the human's grip firm but not crushing. "Commander Morrison, I cannot express our gratitude. We thought we were going to die out here." "Not on my watch," Jack replied with confidence that seemed to radiate from his very being. "My medical team is already aboard treating your injured. We'll have your people transferred to the Iron Wolf within the hour." As the evacuation proceeded, Vex watched the humans work with fascination and growing respect. They moved with purpose and efficiency, their technology seamlessly interfacing with Kalari systems, despite the obvious differences in design philosophy. More importantly, they showed genuine concern for his people's welfare. "Your ship," Vex said to Jack as they stood in the human vessel's vast hangar bay, watching the last of the Kalari crew being brought aboard. "It's a warship, yet you came. To rescue us. Why?" Jack's expression grew serious. "Because that's what we do. Humanity has a saying, no one fights alone. We extend that to mean no one dies alone either, if we can help it." The hangar door sealed shut, and Vex felt the subtle vibration of the Iron Vault's engines coming to life. Through the transparent aluminum windows, he watched his ship recede into the darkness, a faithful vessel that had carried his people safely for decades before this final voyage. "Where will you take us?" Vex asked. "The nearest Kalari outpost is Kepler Station, about 3 weeks away at your ship's speed," Jack said. "We'll have you there in 4 days." Vex's throat sac expanded in surprise. 4 days? But that's impossible. Jack's grin returned, and Vex was beginning to understand it wasn't threatening, but rather infectious. "You haven't seen what human engineering can do yet, Captain. We don't just build ships to fight. We build them to bring people home." As the Iron Wolf accelerated toward Kalari space, Vex reflected on the encounter. His people had wandered the stars for centuries, sometimes encountering hostile species, sometimes finding indifferent ones. But never had they met a race that would risk their own resources and safety for complete strangers. The humans, he realized, were something entirely new in the galaxy. They possessed the technology to wage war on an unimaginable scale, yet they chose to use that same power to preserve life. It was a contradiction that would puzzle philosophers for generations. But for now, Vex was simply grateful to be alive, surrounded by his crew in the warm, safe corridors of a human warship, heading home.